Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Under the Lights Racing League Cup Series. This is your voice for the action tonight, INF, and tonight it is race number 9 of our Cup Series season here from the Kansas Motor Speedway for this season's running of the Hollywood Casino 200. Glad to have you all with us here tonight for an exciting night of racing coming from the Midwest here. It's definitely going to be an exciting one. Kansas, always a thriller. And definitely going to be a different kind of affair with our next gen cars here tonight. Going to make for some amazing racing, and it's going to make for a lot of send jobs, slide jobs all throughout the track, and just a lot of speed. As tonight, I believe we're running it on high draft 3 times wear, which definitely will be an interesting kind of combination for our drivers to try and pair with, or actually correction on that, we're running normal draft for tonight. It's actually I'll get into that in a little bit, but we'll go over our starting grid. It's a 21 car field here tonight, and it's going to be star packed here. So starting off on pole is the 17 of Tomato, followed by the 24 of Mole. Starting third, our Project 27 driver for this week of Blackhammer 26. Glad to have you with us, and welcome to TLR, Mr. Blackhammer. Starting fourth is the 1 of Storm, fifth, the 20 of Loadbroke, sixth, the 43 of LRS, seventh, the 7 of Deport, 8th, the 9 of Irate Pluto, 9th, the 99 of Crimson Sniper, 10th, the 3 of Brad Ranger, 11th, the 5 of Mr. J, 12th, the 8 of Kinney, 13th, the 18 of Flash Champs, 14th, the 48 of Hack, 15th, the 4 of Hunter, 16th, the 12 of Drake, 17th, the 19 of High Road, 18th, the 44 of One Bad, 19th, the 31 of Loading, 20th, some Wyo guy in the 47, and rounding out the field, and 21st is our 6 of Red Hawk. A big field here for tonight. Obviously, a track kind of like this, it can make for a big field. It'll be a 134 lap race tonight, that being the 200 miles here on this 1.5 mile oval, just outside of Kansas City, Missouri. I'm gonna try and roll into these this UTLR news or hot news segment. This is just coming from our social media pages, just as a weekly recap of what's going on through us. So this is our 9th week of competition here in our 6th season. So starting off with the Truck Series news. Obviously, we had Truck Series last night. It was a very solid night for everyone, and it went caution-free, barring the 2 stage cautions that are manual, or not manual, but, well, we kind of have to have them. LRS managed to sweep the night and had a dominant race car, and heads into 2024 still the points leader, looking very great. Is going into the Xfinity Series. Xfinity Series is tomorrow night and is also at the Iowa Speedway, being one of the better short tracks of the schedule. With LRS having tuned up the notch and has overtaken Dusty Stud for the points lead, he's also claimed his first Xfinity win in UTLR just last week, and he's trying to make it 2 in a row here at Iowa. And what is also going to be a very star-studded field. And, the Xfinity cars around Iowa are going to drive a little different than the trucks. It's going to make for a very fun night of racing tomorrow, so make sure to tune in for that. As this week, though, in the Cup Series, we head to Kansas Motor Speedway, high banked 1.5 miles. The regular season is over 25% of the way done, and there are certain drivers that stand out as the championship favorites. Mole has been the best driver thus far this season, but others like Tomato and SP are not far off of him. We'll see if a new winner can burn it down tonight in Kansas, or a previous winner maybe wiping the competition. We do have a pre-race interview here from our number 4 car driver of CCDN Morton, aka Hunter. When asked the question of getting the call last week to go full-time racing in the 4 car for the rest of the season, what does that mean to you now that you get to run with the elite drivers here? And his response saying, man, just getting the chance to prove myself just means so much to me to begin with. The amount of confidence and trust Alex and the other guys have in me to run in their top division of competition shows they believe in me, and I know I can produce if given enough time. I want to thank them first and foremost for allowing me to compete in the 4 car, and I hope to make the most of this opportunity. Well put there from Hunter, making, I believe, his second Cup Series start. As we head into the live race odds, we will see that Mole is the betting favorite at plus 300, with Flash Champs closely in the second bidding spot at plus 350, and LRS being the end of that podium kind of trio at plus 370, with the long shots to go win, One Bad being plus 3,000, Brad Ranger being plus 3,800, and Load Broke being the definitive long shot being 4,500. To win. Yeah. Well, I guess we can go over our schedule. As aforementioned, this is our 9th race of the season. Next week we will, or as for our whole season schedule, next week, starting off with trucks, we do not have trucks next week, and actually we don't have trucks for the next 2 weeks. So we're having a 2-week off, or 2 weeks off for the Truck Series drivers. As just because it's Christmas and New Year's, they're just coincidingly right next to each other. Okay, it looks like we did have a driver drop out. Trying to... Okay, no Wild Guy is a no-show, so Red Hawk will move up to the 20th position. Thank you, Storm, for that. As I'll now look back to the schedule. Then as far as for Cup Series next week, we also don't have Cup next week. This is the first off week for our Cup Series. One of only 3 off weeks we have for this Cup Series calendar. So yeah, definitely a good rest for our drivers, and yeah, it's for a good reason. And then finally, next week, next Thursday, we actually do have some Xfinity action. They're the only series that is going to be active. They will be at the Chicagoland Motor Speedway. Yeah, and it does appear that SP is also not going to be joining us. SP, I hope you're feeling better, man. I'm sorry that you're sick. I wish you could have been out there on track tonight, man. It would have been a lot of fun. Wait. Okay, hold on. I can't like talk and then focus on like what I'm trying to text because I'm trying to text them back. So. It's, yeah, I can't. I'm not the best at multitasking. Yeah, it's like I just need my brain to like focus on one thing at a time. Sometimes it's just too tough for me. But as far as the Cup Series goes for when they return, the next time you'll see the Cup Series is at Martinsville. The next time you'll see the trucks is at Dover. For those 2 series. Well, reason being we don't have those races. It should be obvious, but Monday is Christmas, so it's the only time I'll be in the booth to probably say this, unless like I don't know, I get podium on Xfinity, but I don't really care. I'd rather say it here. But to all the viewers here tuning in, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year next year, 2024. Everything's going to be up. Hope your year was great. Did you have a good year? I know we're getting to the end of the year where it's like trying to retrospect on kind of how your year was. Like, do you feel better? You feel like you accomplished something? What was your biggest accomplishment? Any setbacks? And then just a reminder of like, yeah, everything that really happened this year. 2023 was a weird year for me. Like in some aspects, it was a good year. And I think, no, there was more good than there was bad this year, I think, for me. There were definitely some setbacks towards the end, but personally for me this year's been it's been very fun. It's been just really enjoyable. I'm glad I got to spend it with the people that mattered to me, and I'm glad I was able to spend it, at least a portion of it, with you at home. So I hope you get what you want for Christmas, or spend it with the loved ones you have, and yeah, just don't get coal in your stocking. Okay, well, what else is there to mention? We have a few more minutes before we go green. And as we're saying, thank you, sir. I better hear slide job a few times tonight. I would hope that I could get in a few slide job comments, but yeah, I can't Can't really say so. Let's go, Luke. You INF, Cody where ISP and INF. I can't. I don't look at the chat too much, but I do acknowledge. I try and look sometimes. Um, I guess I can look at it for this portion before I have to go into like the stream or go watch the stream. But yeah. Um. All right. So just time to yap a bit before the race. I guess my favorite to win. I'm over under cautions 10.5. Ooh, that's kind of tough. Like, under. Okay, you're saying the under. Based off like recency, we've hit that kind of area or threshold a few times this season. But I think at a track like Kansas, I think it's a little bit easier to kind of just um, kind of minimize the cautions. I think so. I'm gonna join LRS and SP there, taking the under. Um, It'll be kind of crazy race though. Um, who would be my favorite to win this race? I'm just gonna go with like a safe bet. I'm gonna go with the pole sitter of Tomato. You know, um, I think he's had a few of these races taken away from him in these past few weeks. There's races he definitely can win. And I think that this is one of them. I think it'll be interesting as well because on normal draft, um, that doesn't act like normal draft. You imagine in these next gen cars, the runs are going to be gathering going into 1 and into 3 to make those moves are going to be insane, especially with the tire wear here at Kansas. Makes it for crazy. INF cut screams over under 3.5. I don't re-watch my streams too often, so I don't know how much like cut screams I have. Uh, I'd probably take I might just say the over. I don't really know. It seems, judging it's like low like that, maybe. I'm not sure. What else is there? I guess Cam Waters is going to be driving part time for RFK in 2024. I guess that was kind of news today. Um, at least in the NASCAR world. Yeah. Um, I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, it's just yeah, good for Cam Waters. I can't really say I know who Cam Waters is. I'm not like a motorsport aficionado. I don't know everything. Um, but I'm sure that I think we're entering into this like new era where it's like from the like 2008 to 2012 there was like this big IndyCar coming over to NASCAR kind of era. I think that's kind of what we're having now or what we're seeing now, and I think what we'll see kind of moving forward is these supercar drivers maybe starting to come over to NASCAR and maybe start. It may be small because, well, granted, there's only been there's going to be Kostecki, there's going to be Shane, there's going to be Cam Waters, and I think there was another one that announced it. Um, I think I'm blanking on their name, unfortunately. Nah, I can't really remember. Um, but yeah, I think that there will be more drivers that kind of follow suit in that kind of move in transition because I think that there's going to be yeah, there. Yes, LRS. I have made sure to inform the broadcast that we are in fact on 3 times where, and that is going to make for some very interesting strategy calls for tonight's race, especially a track like Kansas, where cars can get very loose very quickly, or you want to run a looser car. It's going to make cars very tough to handle, a lot more sliding up on the top, very unstable, and trying to keep it off the wall. I need to get water. Like, oh man, do I have time to even get water? Oh man, because then I've been talking a lot, and like now my mouth's dry, and it's like, oh man, I never usually do these without water. You have time, okay? I'm gonna go get water then. I'll leave you in the hands of uh. We'll just go Kaz Gralla because I want him to get a cup rider at Rick Ware. Okay. Beverages have been acquired. Thirst will not be lacking tonight. And mouths will not go dry. Hello, Rock NASCAR. Yeah, I should probably be a very smart thing to do. While we're at it, I should give a shout out. Then I think that's kind of like a good like segue. Shout out to our title sponsor here, the Xbox One esports racing community. #1 community for Xbox One sim racing, run by the best and most respected people around. We're so grateful and thankful for them continuing to support our series and all of our drivers and all leagues around. So thank you so much for everything you do. And if you're not a part of it already, make sure to go check it out. Aw, thank you, LRS. I will not lie. I'm a little out of shape from running up and down the stairs that fast. No, thank you, Rock NASCAR. It's very nice of you to pop in. But yeah, we're getting set to go racing here. 134 laps here from Kansas Motor Speedway. A very grateful thank you to LRS for that invitation. And yeah, here we go. Hollywood Casino, scratch out that 400 and just put 200 there. So it'll be 50%, 3 times wear rather than 2 times wear tonight. Normal draft, just a rerun here. Stages on, black flags on, and all cautions will be called from the administration team on the track. Cautions now consisting of 2 cars around in the same incident. Alright, then I think I have to go tune into my the stream so that I can watch. If you do get tiresome of having to hear my voice, which I understand to be possible, you can tune into UTLR_Storm on Twitch so that you can watch his perspective. That's where I'm going to be getting all my data from the in-race. Wow, my headset is very loud. So they're going to get situated here, get into their starting lineup. We'll run through the field very quickly. Starting off with this 24 of Mole, the 18 of Flash Champs, the 17 of Tomato, the 20 of Loadbroke, the 43 of LRS, the 7 of Deport, the Project 27 driver, Black Hammer. Actually just noticed this with an A. I really hope I'm not messing that up. I apologize in advance if I do. The 8 of Kenny, the 99 of Crimson Sniper, the 3 of Brad Ranger, the 5 of Mr. J, the 44 of One Bad, the 48 of Hack, the 1 of Storm, the 12 of Drake, the 9 of Irate Pluto, the 31 of Evan, the 4 of Hunter, and the 6 of Red Hawk, the 19 of High Road, and that being your field for today. Stage 1 will be consisting of 39 laps, ran here under hopefully green flag conditions. As drivers just trying to finally get slotted up into their grid positions. Well, it's our last race here before we get our off week for Christmas. So drivers want to kind of end off this little run of this, or stretch of the season on a good note here. As Tomato and Mole will be leading us to green here as they enter across the start-finish line. We're underway here from the Hollywood Casino 200. You see Tomato get away well here, racing off into 1. Driver's already going to be fighting to get onto that outside lane here as we enter into turn 2, now into the backstretch. Black Hammer going to slide up in front of Mole as now they race down the back straightaway. And the 3 side by side for lead already here on lap 1. Well, I guess 2, 1, same thing. And see everyone just going up to the top of the track. Very few people down the bottom as we complete lap 1. It's Tomato that still remains in the lead, but the 24 of Mole comes with a big run on the outside. I think you saw a little bit of contact there between the 7 of Deport, 9 of Crimson Sniper back there. See cars already starting to get a little wiggly. Even some drivers up on the wall. I think that might have been Storm just eclipsing Just a little bit. Or eclipsing? Just clipping. You can see how big of a run that one car had, though, on that 27. That's what definitely a good draft is going to do for you down the front stretch. And you see sliding up in front. And the one going over to try and block the crossover. No need, though. Good run off. And the 27 will get right back off in the third. Oh, Storm trying to find his way up to the top. It's going to put Loadbroke up into the wall. And he'll rebound just nicely. Right now we are seeing a two-car breakaway up at the top. Tomato and Mole working together here. And you can see everyone that was trailing the 20 just kind of followed him up into the wall. And there was like 3 drivers that just got up in the wall right there. This is side by side for the 7th position. Deeport going to go right on down, going to slide up in front of the 20. That'll be job well done for Deeport. Is now up front. We have a 5-car tandem here. Blackhammer going to go around the outside of Mole. He was able to find a hole and slides right up to the top as Tomato gets up in the wall. He gets contact from the 27. Now they're almost 3 wide here for the lead. Side by side still at the top. Now they kind of settled that out. It's Tomato followed by Mole, Blackhammer, Irate Pluto, and LRS here, your top 5. As, the rest of the pack kind of still stagnant, trying to fight for position, trying to establish where they stand as far as speed goes. But it looks like they more or less have things figured out, just a matter of who's going to be leading that. You can see it is fairly early on in the race, though, so at least up at the front, there's not too much jostling for position. We won't be seeing that come the end of the race, though. They'll be setting in into corners a lot more, and you can see how much of a tow they get. That 27's already able to make a move on the 24, and maybe even on the 17. Can he get past him, though? He's going to have to slide up in front of the 24. That 27's got a big run down the inside lane. Irate Pluto even tried to make a look at that 24, but couldn't quite get there with the lack of speed, though the 27 will move up into 2nd place. See a little bit of contact coming from that 2nd pack. And that is currently being led by the 20 of Loadbroke. We're all kind of diving down. Notice these leaders kind of just running the apron, not really using the whole extent of the racetrack. A little bit of contact there from the 24 and the 27. I don't know how it is that Mole always finds himself battling with these Project 27 drivers. They're all different drivers every time, so it's just like he just can't escape them. Speaking of escaping, 17 momentarily has a break in trying to defend the lead. He's got a little bit of a sizable gap. And meanwhile, on this battle in the 2nd pack, things are definitely getting a little hectic. Storm down onto the apron almost. He's going to come back up into one bad. One bad goes up in the high road, but they remain straight. Take a look at the 48 of Hack, who's made up a few positions there. Just trying to, like, make sure everything's good there. Oh, and the 24 is up in the wall. 43 of LRS has made up a few positions there. He's moved up into 3rd. As the 27 car of Blackhammer has kind of fallen off the pace a little bit. Here is the battle for 6th. Deeport had the lane on the outside, but ran out of room just a little bit. And now they're 3 wide. Crimson Sniper found a hole. He's going to have the preferred lane. Into 3, will there be contact? Yes, there is. Deeport up into Crimson Sniper, and Sniper down to Kenny, and there's a crash. Hack, Kenny, Sniper, and the rest of the field, and Sniper's upside down. Caution will come out here for the first time. Crimson Sniper is still upside down. What is he doing? Yeah, I don't think bumpers bend that way. That's not very good. Well, there are a lot of cars involved in that one. I don't know how this happened, just because of the break in the action. Looks like Storm's got some heavy damage too, but Tomato will lead us to our first caution period. Let's see, Sniper's involved. Doesn't look like Brad Ranger has much damage. Mr. J has a bunch of front-end damage. Hack, of course, got one of the bigger parts of that incident. Storm involved. I think that's about the extent, and it does look like either, I don't know if loading came down pit road or not, or if he's unfortunately met the end of his race here on only lap 13. Nonetheless, our first caution has come out today. Pit road will be open this time, and I believe it to be foolish for drivers to stay out. Obviously, 4 tires and fuel are going to be so important in a track like Kansas where you need that grip. You don't want to have a loose race car. There's so much more time to be gained. And yeah, it's coming down pit road. Maybe everyone probably coming down. It's the aforementioned 4 tires and fuel, led by that 17 car. I actually don't think I've ever seen a pit row like of cars this straight. I mean, that's kind of perfect synchronicity. Like they're in sync. I don't know. I'd maybe try to make a word for that. Looks like that 31 is still on pit road. It's been, well, it's been a while, so it does look like we're already at the end of the 31's race. An unfortunate early end to Evans' evening. It does look like a few drivers are kind of gambling here on tires. Or no, it looks like that's just how quick stops are. I have to get some. And you know, that crash there just kind of stems on like what not to do here at Kansas. It's just 3 drivers going side by side into turn 3. It's a very tight bit of real estate there for the perfect racing line. Deeport just slid up a little bit, and after that, there isn't really much they can do. The way they were racing, it just seemed like that was kind of just a foregone conclusion as to what was going to happen. We will be choosing at the line. Obviously, control car of Tomato. Got to make it obvious. So, high side or low side. Got to go all the way to the apron to declare you're starting on the inside lane, or all the way to the wall if you're starting on the outside lane, as I would imagine. So here we go as they're choosing now. Tomato almost all the way to the grass, making it very obvious he's going to start on the inside lane. Looks like Eric Pluto will be starting along his outside. Project 27 driver Black Hammer. Third, Load broke 4th. Top 2 rows. Well, the rest has definitely not had a good pit stop. He's fallen all the way back there on that outside lane. So as I stand right now, we are on lap number 15. We go green with 16 to go, and it'll be about a 24 lap sprint to the end of stage 1. Assuming that this is going to be roughly around maybe a few laps shorter next stage, we're probably going to see about a 40 to 50-ish lap stint to end the race. Not going to be like a crazy long race. Or lap-wise, I guess. Should be made clear. I can't wait to be in the Xfinity field tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. And tune into that stream. Starts at the same time as this stream does. 9 p.m. Eastern. Right now, it'll be the 17 of Tomato leading the field to green here. Got a good jump on that 9 car. He's across the finish line. We're back underway here from Kansas. That entire inside line got an amazing start. 17 had to block the 27 a little bit here as they enter into 1. On board, Load broke here off of 2. Oh, and you see the 7 of Deeport get all up into the wall, and they're 3 wide again. Load broke Brad Ranger, Crimson Sniper. Sniper, big send. Load broke, relinquishing the space. And how about Crimson Sniper moving up into the 5th position here? Doesn't look like it'll last long, though. It doesn't have that kind of drafting help. And this is almost exactly how you want to get a move done here at Kansas. Like if you want to have the outside lane going in a 1, you just got to poke your nose to the outside in the front straightaway, and then you got to just, you just got to hold on. It should be as good as yours then. Almost all the drivers there on the outside lane. Oh, and looks like the 17 Tomato did get in the wall a little bit. He will leave the space and actually will drop back 1, maybe 2 positions. As he clears up into 1. Big slide job there from the 27. Can the 17 cross over? Doesn't really have the help that he really needs. Big push there coming from the 24. The back bumper, the 27. Lodbrok was up on the wall again. Big slide job there from the 17. Can he clear him? Oh, by the narrowest of margins, Tomato retains the lead. That for a moment there, that 27 car. This is our first lead change. As now Irate Pluto goes to the 3rd place position. Oh, big, tight part of the track there for the 27. Almost puts the 9 up in the wall, and maybe has, as the 7 at D4 got all out of shape. Manages to keep the car straight. See how close we're running up to that wall. Mole, I think, was on the wall there. That was... Yeesh, that was tight. LRS back here was blocking a bit. Actually, they're throwing a... Oh, there is a caution on track. Did I miss something? The sniper's pretty far back. Yeah, he's got damage. Looks like it's for Storm. Storm and Mr. J, potentially, in that incident. Does appear like it is that. So caution comes out there for the 2nd time tonight. And factoring in what SP said earlier about over-under being 10.5, adding in the... adding in the 2 stage cautions, we're already at 4, so... Yikes. I don't know. Pit road is open this time, although we did just pit a few laps ago. Everyone's still going to want to come down for 4 tires and fuel. Coming into the pits. I would assume that they're going to come out in kind of the same... in the same positions as they were before, so I wouldn't expect too much to change. Maybe the 27 getting past the 17 here. That might be the extent of that. So off pit road there, more or less the same as they came in. Just with 4 more tires and some fuel. Well, choose cone will be at the line. What else could there be? I don't know. Choosing at the line. Well, the line's a little far away right now, but it stands. Stands. We'll see where these guys go. Tomato did choose to go to the inside lane on this last pick. I would assume he's going to go back to the inside again. So yeah, here we go. Goes a little late pick. Yeah, more people electing to go to the outside there this time rather than the inside. I would say on the restarts, you'd probably want to be on the inside despite, you know, the outside lane being the preferred lane. But the only time the inside lane, you want to be on it is just on the restarts, just because, well, get right on by. Okie dokie then. And I choose the worst time for these, but yeah, as for mentioned from the last restart we had, 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow is the Xfinity race at Iowa, and then following that will be on Friday, I believe, starting at the same time, is the UTLR podcast. So make sure to go tune into that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can guarantee you that. Nonetheless, the 17. Oh, looks like the 27 jumped the start there over the 17. He had to stop that, and that halted the entire outside line. We're back underway. Never actually seen that happen before, where the outside lane actually jumped the start, or non-pole sitters jumped the start. Drake is dropping like a fly here, dropping to the outside. A lot of people up into the wall there, into 3. Oh, and we have a car around. I believe that's the 8 of Kenny, and we did see the high road get around a little bit. Is that the... No, that's actually not the 8 of Kenny. Who was that then? Oh, and we have 2 cars around. It's Mr. J, the high road, and Hack that went around, so caution presumably will come back out. I mean, that's 3 cars. Lap 1, though I don't know what MGR. I don't know what that is looking like. D-Port's moved up into 3rd. Project 27 driver moved up into 4th, and then Drake is leading a massive pack in 5th. But will they throw the caution here? Well, looks like we'll stay green, because it doesn't really meet MGR. And I believe, I always mess this up, but I think it stands for minimum green flag run. It just means that the amount of laps from the restart that you need to go through before you can have a caution. It's usually around 1 or 2. Sometimes it's on none. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see through it. So now hit 15 laps to go here remaining in stage 1. Right now, we have a new player up at the front. That's 7 of D-Port, and you know, he's one of the people that's had to step in recently and fill up some spots. And, you know, this is, I believe, to be either 2nd or 3rd race here in Cup. I don't think he's ran the full schedule. Nonetheless, very good down at the truck and Xfinity levels. So, no surprise really to see him up front. Definitely a hard racer. Almost won last night's truck race at Iowa. And he will definitely, if he's in the field tomorrow, be a threat to win the Xfinity race. Wow, that is a massive pack here for 5th place. Spearheaded by the 9 of Irate Pluto, who has a fair bit of damage. So then followed by Brad, Ranger, and Hunter. It's been a long day. You can see how aggressively they're fighting. And I don't know what the heck is happening with the high road on pit road. He just completely messed up pit exit, I think. I don't know what happened to him. He was all the way down. You saw that, right? He was down on pit exit, and he reversed back into his pit box. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Now he's back in his pit box. That is so weird. Is now, I don't know exactly what happened. I guess Tomato just kind of let off, because now he's let D-Port now go up into the lead. Well, it was Mole, but D-Port made that slide job work, and now it's D-Port into the lead for the first time tonight. I think Tomato might have just wanted to kind of save his stuff, maybe save his tires a little bit. He's a little tired of being up at the front leading. Hit that wall a little bit, he had to go down to the apron. Massive fight here with 13 to go in the stage. 27 now looking down the inside of the 24, going to be a big lunge. Still remain side by side. Comes up a little contact there. Rubbins racing. They stay straight. They enter into 3. Oh. I saw some debris flying. Got a little scared. We were going to see another crash. You can see they're running a lot higher now. I guess this is sort of a means to defend that outside lane. And, wow, Mole ran so high he got on the wall. But I guess that's pretty smart. I mean, it does leave the inside lane very vulnerable. So I'm assuming that in some states that they'll go down to defend it. But I guess it just takes priority because if you leave that outside lane open with the amount of runs you can generate off of 4 with this draft, I mean, it should be fairly easy overtake. But no, Mole's just not going to let them have it running up high like that. Just 8 laps to go here remain in stage 1. I believe caution cutoff is 4 to go. Might be 2. Wait, no, it'd probably be 3 then. Yeah, no, it would probably either be 4 or 3. I'm gonna lean and say 4. 7 to go now. 27 looked to the outside of the 7, couldn't get there. It's 2 Chevys up front, 2 Fords right behind. The bulk of our field being Chevrolets, with just, I believe, 3 off the top of my head Toyotas. I do apologize if I misnumbered the amount of Toyotas in the field. Coming to 6 to go, and you see Mole go a little lower, maybe defending that 7 a little bit, but you see what I mean? 7 went low. Oh, and the 24 got into the wall. That completely rattled the 27 and the 7. And that just gave the 24, well, surprisingly, this is the biggest lead probably we've had all day, but that draft just allows you to close right back in. Coming off of turn number 4 will be 5 laps to go. We'll see what this 27 car does. Finds the opening. 24 Mole goes to the inside lane. Outside lane's got a lot of speed, although that 24 is going to lunge it in really deep. Can he find any room up at the top? 27's almost up into the wall. Just found the room and was able to go right on by. Now the 27 of Black hammers into the lead. Great overtaking. Tomato's still kind of falling back a little bit. Still kind of just chilling. And it allows these 2 young drivers up in the front. Gonna see what they are all about. 4 laps to go here across the line. And 7's getting a big push from the 24. Goes really high there. It was a great move. A little bit leaning on each other again from the 24 and the 27. All is fair. Into 3. Looks like the 27 entered in just a little too low. Washed up the track a little bit. He'll be fine, though. 3 laps to go there at the line, and I can see why they're kind of pedaling, because they might not even make it on fuel. Looking at Storm's cam, and looks like he's about half a lap short on fuel. And I think that's why the 17's backed off. Their tire wear is also extremely low, too, so hang on a minute, folks. We might be seeing, it's going to be a really crazy, wacky end of stage 1 here. Who now has the fuel to make it to the end of the stage? We'll find out. 2 laps to go. Pits are closed. No more cautions. See, that 17's just been chilling there, so he has to have been saving. But I don't think that 27 or that 7 have been saving anything. They've been up at the front just trying to fight as much as they can. Right now, it's going to be really tight on tires and fuel. Who's going to make it back to the line to claim stage 1? We'll find out in 1 lap's time. White, green, and white flag are out. 1 lap to go here in stage 1. 27's going to lead that outside lane open to the 7 of Deport. Sends it in deep. Here comes Deport with the crossover. Can he get it done? Side by side, he has the help from Mole. To the lead goes Deport. Now Mole's going to look down to the inside. Here comes Tomato with a huge run coming into turn number 3. off of 4. Oh, and the 24 is sputtering. He comes across the 17. He's going to be able to save it. It'll be Deport winning stage 1, though. Kind of killed the momentum there of the 17 across the line, but he managed to stay fair. It looks like Storm ran out of gas on that last lap. But that is the end of stage 1. Deport wins his first stage in his career. Black Hammer 2nd, Mole 3rd, Tomato 4th, One Bad 5th, LRS 6th, Irate Pluto 7th, King Load Broke 8th, Drake 9th, and Flash Champs is 10th. Very impressive job by the 7 and the 27 there. So it does look like now that I can actually see how many laps of fuel they can go on a run, they can go 20 laps to a tank, and it'll be about 37-ish laps again. Sorry, 37 laps again here for this next stage. It does look like Storm is going to be the beneficiary of this. He will be leading the field. Or no, actually, I don't think he was able to pit. Oh dear. Well, we're back underway, and that is going to be very grim times for that one team, as now it's actually Red Hawk that's up into the top spot. Oh, that's momentarily lived. He's up in the wall there. Now his teammate 17 and Tomato will go on by. 27 car Black Hammer is up into the lead. I swear that was not a voice crack. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. They're like 6 wide there. I don't even know how wide they were there. I genuinely got scared of that, because that is still Storm, and the Storm is completely out of gas and can't move. It also might be the fact that he might blow a tire if he tries to go around. He cannot get his car refired, or he's going to try. Doesn't look like he can. Oh, Deport's up in the wall. I'm distracted by, because I'm watching Mole's stream, or sorry, Storm stream, and you can see he's only able to go about 20 miles an hour, so that's not good, especially for that's not good, especially for my stream, because I need this guy so that I could watch. But yeah, this is unfortunate for Storm, unable to get his pit stop in. Oh boy. And I think it's because of that they're gonna throw out a caution there, because that one car cannot get it refired. And it looks like, yeah, the 43 is of LRS coming to the 1-8. He's gonna give him a push into pit road. Hunter's gonna be coming to join. Teamwork, yay. He's going a little faster now. With a little help of our friends, man. With a little help from our friends. Do I actually have anyone else that can launch off of stream? I just want to make sure. Just in case, because I know that I'm going to have to factor in how many laps down Storm is now. If you're just tuning in, the reason why we have this caution is because the one car was stuck on track. A little bit of a dangerous spot, so he was out of gas, and we have to push him back into the pits just so that he can, well, race, you know. He's also the person I have to watch off stream, or this person's stream I have to watch, so that I can bring you the, well, bring you the data, man. So I'm just going to go back up there. I think pit road's going to be open for everyone else, yeah. I think the one's going to be permitted to get a lap back, or a few laps back. I'm not sure. Maybe at least, like, down to, like, maybe one lap back. I'm not sure. It's a good sight to see those Storms down pit road. There is life in that one car. High Road elected to stay out, and Brad Ranger now makes an interesting strategy call. Ends up into the lead. Well, I am not exactly certain how they're going to do this. Or who even the leader is. Because Highroad's all the way out there. He hasn't made his pit stop yet. I'm about to see on Stormstream. No, so the 19's actually a lap down. Or was a lap down, so he is not the leader. The leader's going to be the 27. Looks like Brad Ranger's going to file back. We'll see how many laps Storm gets back, because now he's 2 laps down. A little bit of a bump there from the 17. Highroad's not out of gas, or I think he's just going to file back in line. We'll see if they choose here. I would assume that they are. 27 car is going to be the first car not named Tomato, that being 17. That gets to lead off of the restart today. Looks like they're not going to choose there, just because Storm's getting his laps back. So now he is only 1 lap down, so I would assume next time by they will be able to pit, or not pit, but choose their... that lanes didn't want to start in, man. Wowzers. Well, I don't really know what to talk about right now. Looks like Storm's finally caught up to the field, so he will stay 1 lap down. And now they will elect where they wish to start in. Assume they're not going to be going green here. We'll soon file. So yeah, they will choose now. And, yeah, maintains the kind of recurring theme of the leaders choosing the inside lane. It'll be One Bad who, I don't know how One Bad got up to the front, but he's managed to find his way up into second now. I'm starting fairly deep in the field. Not the best qualifying effort from him. Oh boy. Well, so they're on lap 7 now, so that means that they go green on lap 8. So I gotta do the conversions. So that means we'll have 30 laps to go, which is still in the realm of having to make 1 more pit stop. So they gotta be 20 laps or less on their fuel gauges to make it on just 1 more stop. But here we go. It'll be the 27 in the Black Hammer having control of the restart as we kind of cross the start-finish line. We are back underway here from Kansas. One Bad was not able to get going there. Just halted that entire outside line. Now into 1. See the 17's already to his back bumper. He's just going to elect to follow here down the backstretch. They race. Now into 3 and 4. You can see Drake's actually lined up into the 4th place position. Good effort there. The 12. Oh, now off the wall he bounces. He's going to be able to retain 4th for the time being in that inside lane. You see down the backstretch, a lot of people double filed, and it looks like we do have our second retirement there of Crimson Sniper here on pit road. An unfortunate end to his day. Joins Evan Stewart behind the wall. Big single file line here. estimated like 10 cars here. Maybe actually the whole field is probably in this tandem, barring 2. Maybe a few more. So that 12 got real loose there off of turn number 2. Now that 9 of Irate Pluto's gonna just take the opportunity to go right to his outside. Cut down a little bit, and actually up ahead, there's a bit of drama for the race lead. 27 of Black Hammer got up into the wall. Now Tomato's going to go to the inside. He will reclaim the lead of this race. Oh, and there's contact in the back. The 7 of D-Port. That might have actually just been lag. I don't know. I just got really scared because it got all the way out of shape. And the 43 of LRS is up into the outside wall hard. He will drop all the way to the back. Great awareness from the rest of the pack to just dive down low and avoid him. So there's another car on the back, up in the wall. That's D-Port. Again. That was a weird little back and forth. Alright, Pluto's now up into the wall. He comes down in front of one bad Stillman just to keep it going. Albeit he's going to lose a little bit of positions. Into 3. Big push there from the 27. To the back bumper of the 17. Hey, no. I feel like it's just been these 3 cars all year long. It's been the 17, the 24, and the 27. No matter who's driving that Project 27 car, these 3 drivers, or excuse me, teams, have been just dominant this season. I mean, Tomato, who's our Daytona 250 winner, season opener. He's since then won another race, I believe at Texas. Probably not. I actually can't remember, but I know he does have another win this season. Mull also carrying his 2 wins, and that Project 27 car carrying 3 wins this season. So, through the 9 races we have going this season, or this being the 9th race of the season, so as the 8 races we have completed this season, 7 of our 8 wins have come from these 3 cars alone. That other one coming from the part-time driver of Plater in his 21 Wood Brothers entry at Atlanta. So it just goes to show the level of dominance that just comes out of these 3 staples. As you see, the 27 car is now looking to the outside lane to try and make a move for the lead, although he's going to use that wall pop to get an advantage down the back straightaway. He will take back the race lead. Although now leaves the door open there for Tomato to possibly do something. Just can't quite get there. And oh, and Irate Pluto's put Mole up into the wall. That's teammates right there. And it looks like they were racing to a caution there as they are slowing down. Nope, just looked like they were. That's weird. Anywho, that pack for 4th has drastically increased. One bad D-Port up on the outside lane. They're both up in the wall. Hacks up there as well. My goodness, these are some names you don't hear. Oh, pardon that, because one bad just almost completely junked Mole. I was going to say, these are some names you don't particularly see up towards the front of the field that often. So, unless it's a great effort from those guys, never race teams. We're at 21 laps to go across the line there here in Stage 2, coming to 20, which would mean that they are now good to the end on fuel. Once they cross this line there, we're now good to the end of the stage on fuel and tires. And Irate Pluto's closed the gap back up to this leading pair of Fords. Top 5 as they run. Black Hammer in the lead, Tomato 2nd. Irate Pluto 3rd, Drake 4th, and D-Port Eddie is rounding out the top 5. We can expect to see pit stops actually probably this lap. Yeah, and there are a few people already on pit road, LRS being one of them. Let's see, trying to take a look at who else maybe might be on pit road. Can't quite see. I should probably just stop this and go right to the front, yeah. But they are probably going to be pitting this lap. this or the next lap, they will be coming in. Let's see here. Any takers? None, apparently. I am a little surprised by that. I'm not exactly sure how they were able to go this long. Storm already has to pit, and he was a lap down. He actually was on the freshest tires in the field, I believe. Actually, no. Well, no, I don't think so. But, no, yeah, no, that makes sense because he had to go around a few extra times. Yeah, so I guess his tires are a little bit more worn. But, yeah, here comes Tomato coming into pit road. What? No, okay. Was it just running the bottom? I am so confused right now. A lot more cars are down pit road. Oh, and LRS is still on pit road. Could that potentially be a DNF? Just Storm exiting pit road. And I think that, yeah, because he's been on pit road for a while. Red Hawk's coming off pit road. High Road was on pit road a little while ago. Could we see the 17 coming into pit road this time? And now would be the time we see the 17 come into the pits. He will be joined by, I believe that's Kenny. But yeah, I do think, yeah, LRS is now on pit road. So that will be our third lag out / retirement of this race. Unfortunate for LRS. Kind of with a weird string of lag outs. He's had a few lag outs this season. Bit of uncanny from that driver. We don't usually see LRS lagging out too often. But yeah, here comes some more people to pit road. The 27, the Black Hammer. The 12 of Draco. We do have a spin entering pit road. I think that was Hunter who spun. His 4 car. Yeah, it was. I believe that 9 and 7 pair have stayed out for the time being. Looks like they'll be coming in, though, this time. I think that 44 and the 24 will also be coming... Actually, no, they're probably not. They're probably not. No, the 44 is... 24 Mole is not. Reminder, the 24 and the 44, I would say, are probably... Well, I think other drivers would say this. They're 2 of the best fuel savers in this league. So... Mole's definitely going to be stretching this run a little bit so he can get some fresher tires, especially at a track like Kansas. Definitely matters a bit. So that'll cycle Mole right now into the lead. Well, lead right now, but as far as the overall lead, that should be between Tomato and the 27. Right now, you can see where that kind of gap between pit stops has led them. Tomato has a very big gap between himself and Black Hammer and Drake. Mole is on pit road right now. As Mr. J and Loadbroke exit off pit road. Where is that 24 machine? Yeah, here he is. Okay, he's now entering his pit stop. Here's Wombat off of pit road. Had to take a little bit of a dive down to avoid those two. Loadbroke and Mr. J were side by side off of pit road. That was weird. Mr. J has since gone by Drake. Off of pit road should be coming Mole. But Mole will have to rejoin down the back stretch. So he is going to have the fresher tires of this group. But he has a long way to go before he can get back up to the now leader of Tomato. This now being between where you see that orange 27 car and that car up ahead in the 17. This being our largest gap, the lead we've seen today, barring any like caution cycle leads we've had, which we've only had one. We currently are at 12 laps to go. Looks like the top 6 or 16th on back are all laps down. You see, there's this double pairing now of Irate Pluto and Black Hammer up ahead, and Drake and Eddie trying to like tandem draft to catch up to the 17. And you know that gap is seemingly closed a lot since the last pit stop. It looks like Mole back there is still trying to work through that traffic, seeming to have a little bit of an issue there. Granted, just goes to show how much the draft kind of helps around Kansas. You know, in a way, I feel like Kansas... There are some tracks that just kind of drive similarly. Like Auto Club, Michigan, Kansas, I think, is another track that kind of just drives very similarly. Because when you're on your own, kind of just like if Black Hammer wasn't getting any help from Irate Pluto, and he was just all on his own, they were all on their own right there, not pushing each other, then they would have a really hard time catching up to the 17, just because, you know, they all drive it in so similarly. It's just hard to make up time on each other. But with the draft, oh man, the draft just makes up so much of a difference. You have to have draft here, like work in some kind of tandem for you to see some success. It looks like Drake and Deport have fallen off a little bit, though. I'm sure, though, that they'll make it back up to these three. They're the top three. Let's see. First of all, how many drivers are left? Well, there are about 17 drivers left running after we've had our 3 DNFs. And that 27 of Black Hammer has closed that gap to the 17 in the blink of an eye. He's already going to be having his toe come down the front straightaway and might be able to even make a move for this lead. Off of 4 now. And there you see, we're going to have a huge run from this 27. I don't think you'll be able to maximize it going into 1, but definitely going into 3, he will have a monstrous run down this backstretch. Even if he can get a perfectly timed bump from that 9. There you see, big run here coming from that 27. Rapidly closing. Can he make the move? No. Ran out of time there. Just Drake and Deport back there, but here we go. Down the inside, this 27 car goes. For lead, Irate Pluto doesn't really know where to go. He chooses to go with the 27. Is now down into 1 they go. Big lunge from the 27, and he will clear for the race lead. Black Hammer to the point here with 6 laps to go remaining in stage number 2. As there you see Brad Ranger just up ahead. You see Tomato had a big lunge, a little bit of contact between the two. Tomato runs him up the track a little bit, still more contact. They run 3 wide, passing the lap car of Brad Ranger. Now 5 laps to go here in this stage. And Black Hammer now going to look to cross him over again. This time can't quite find the room. Irate Pluto coming with a big push to the back of that 27. What will Tomato do? Doesn't really have to do anything. Got a big push. I guess making the move just seems more probable into 1. Just more room on the track to actually make the pass. Black Hammer's going to have a huge run, though, on this outside lane, but Tomato is going to come back up the track to block. 4 laps to go. Deport and Drake closing in ever so slightly, but I don't think it'll be within enough time. So they're coming to 3 laps to go in this stage. Bit of a push there from the 27, a little bit more speed than what Tomato probably would have liked. This might be the opening he needs, though. Black Hammer down the inside of Tomato, has a nose in there, but doesn't get the help this time around. As now with 3 laps to go, looks like Irate Pluto might try and take his hand at second. Big runoff there from the 17 of Tomato. Still maintains this race lead, goes down low to kind of break the toe. You see how high Tomato's running there in that corner. Now just cuts down low. Now maybe trying to go high. Just all over the track trying to defend with now 2 laps to go here remaining in stage 2. Pits are closed. And looks like the 27 is going to try a slide job there. Going to slide all the way up the track. Tomato got on the wall just a little bit there. But new leader there, Black Hammer. Irate Pluto has a huge run down the back straightaway. Now into turn 3. What will he do? There were 3 wide there for a little bit, but ultimately they can't do much. Coming out of turn number 4, the 27 car of Black Hammer will see the green and white flag. Last lap here in stage number 2. What can Tomato do? He wasn't quite clear of Irate Pluto there. Otherwise would have looked to the inside. Here comes a huge send for the 17 of Tomato. Can he clear himself? He slides up and he puts Project 27 in the wall. He spins across the nose of Irate Pluto. Drake's involved there on the back straightaway, and Deeport Eddie's going to move off into second. Just sent it in a little too deep. And he'll have to pay the price for it. Coming off of turn number 4, though, it will be Black Hammer coming across to win stage number 2. And Deeport Eddie is going to steal himself a second place. Biggest loser out of that, and more heartbreakingly, goes to Drake. I mean, he was going to have a top 5 in that stage and get some much-needed stage points towards his regular season efforts. And unfortunately, he just got caught up in something that wasn't even his fault. He won't even score stage points. He's back in 13th. Man, that is a bummer for him. Brad Ranger will have the free pass, as he was a lap down. That now puts Storm back into contention for the free pass. High Road being the other guy. He is 3 laps down. Oh man, I don't think I could see that order. The order yet, so sorry to y'all. Storm, please make sure you pit this time. Oh my goodness, I don't think Storm did it. I think Storm might have done it again. Or, yeah, he didn't pit, so that one car did not pit again. I'll have to see how that plays into effect here. Is coming back to green. We're racing to the checkered flags here from Kansas. And the one car is out of gas again on the racetrack. Oh, dearie me. Kenny, I don't know how, but he's up into second because of that pit stops. And we might have to throw another caution here for the one car being stuck on the apron. And he isn't ghosted, so this is going to be a little interesting. Across the stripe here, the 27's got to be careful of that one car. And it does look like we are going to throw a caution there. So I don't know if it's just a button on Storm's car or something. I'm not exactly sure why Storm's not able to pit. But nonetheless, this is the second time tonight he hasn't been able to make his pit stop under caution. So this is, to my knowledge, we had 2 in the first stage. Third, then we had the one for Storm there. And then we had this one. Now so I think this is our 6th caution of the day. Pit road is open this time. And it looks like Mole is going to stay out and elect to, or no, actually Mole just stays out in general. So a little bit of a strategy call there. Deeport giving Storm the push. Crimson lagged out. Thank you, SP, for that. I would assume all of them had lagged out, so yeah. Ooh, I just realized I need to do something. So we'll effectively probably go another lap around just so that Storm can kind of get, well, back on to 1 lap down. Mole did stay out just for that, but you will have to hit again. And while they're trying to figure out how to get Storm back on the lead lap, we'll leave you in the hands of our leader, Black Hammer. And yeah, I'll be right back. Take care of some business. So it does appear like we are. Appears as though we are still waiting to get this situated. Since I'm on the West Coast, I haven't actually eaten my dinner yet, so I just got that. So I'm gonna be really quickly munching on that. So I apologize for my lack of comments being made. I believe they will also be making a choose at the line. Well, that is enough of that for now. Okay. Well, it does appear that they have that figured out now, so we are ready to go back green. Though I don't know how many laps down Storm is now, so I'm going to assume he's 1 lap down, and that we have about 50... No, probably like 46 laps to go. I don't know what in the jank the 9 was doing there, but he completely messed up that outside lane. We're back underway here from Kansas after that. And Kenny has now found his way up into 2nd. 1 bad to 3rd. Mole to 4th. Deport to back up to 5th. It's Black Hammer holding down the 4 on the bottom lane as they exit off from turn 2. Oh, it looks like Deport got into the wall there a little bit. Everyone getting a little squirrely in the back. 12 Drake getting up in the wall. You see everyone else going like pretty high to try and defend. Black Hammer is not worried about it. He's already checked out. He does not have to worry about defending his outside lane quite yet. Into 2, or you see, I think Drake actually gave 1 bad a little too much speed into the corner. They both washed up and hit the wall. It is now a 3-car breakaway here. Black Hammer, followed by Kenny, followed by Mole. Followed by 1 bad, followed by Deport still. It just seems like that 8 of Kenny just can't really find the speed necessary to just close in on Black Hammer. I think what might be in order is maybe swapping the positions. Just don't think Kenny has that kind of pace to really close up, as we see drivers really out of shape there. I think 1 almost went into the grass. Soon 43 laps to go, so we are in for a 2-stop stage. See Deport's up in the wall there. Again. Ooh, yeah, car up in the wall again. That was Red Hawk. You see a lot of drivers on the front stretch when they're trying to arc the corner, just get in the wall, and then even in the even on the back stretch, people are getting into the wall, maybe just off of slowing off people's bumpers. It's just very weird. A lot of people getting in the wall in some obscure places, but Kenny, fairly obscure place to find himself here, up fighting for the lead. Side of the Super Speedway. This has been a very good run for Kenny tonight. Well, especially here, turning it up later in the going. He's one of those people near the cut line. It's a little early to think about playoffs, being like a quarter of the way through the regular season, but nonetheless, it's still important to think about, and well, to think what a win could do for Kenny. No, thinking a long way down the road, but it's been a very, very long time since we've last seen that 8 car go into victory lane, and boy, that would just be a driver and fan favorite victory. See Kenny finally break through and get a victory here. The rest of the field has kind of caught back up now. Decided to put their differences aside and finally fight for the greater good. Kenny looking to fight for the lead. Unfortunately, that kind of gets thwarted. Couldn't really make anything of the inside. He will drop down of one position. 244, one bad. Now that allows for Molt to take a stab at it. Now just under 40 laps to go. So this is, for all intents and purposes, still a two-stop stage. Did not move my headset back, or at least my microphone closer, so apologize for that. Just moved it back a little bit, just for just so that you didn't hear like an insane amount of me eating. And if you did, I am sorry. We run on a shoestring budget here. And wow, that was Kenny up into the wall with a little help from the 9. Kenny's now going to fall down the order just a little bit and fall behind the 18. Back in front of his buddy of One Bad. Well, it's not for the moment. One Bad's probably going to look for a move on him already. Oh, and looks like he'll be safe for now. Right now we're back to the top 4 of old. 27, the 24, the 9, and the 17. These guys have been fighting for more or less all day. And, well, it's really weird. Here comes Flash Champs, and Flash Champs has had a really weird day. You know, usually Flash Champs is a quick driver. Like, through and through, he's a very quick driver. But he, like, starts off very slowly, and then, like, in the first few stages, and then come the end of the race, he just kicks it up a notch, and he's like, whoa, where did he come from? And now he's up towards the front, fighting for the lead. And it's just, I don't know, it's kind of weird from Flash Champs. Like, you don't talk about him much, and now, boom, he's here, into the frame. About a few laps away from pit stops, for at least our first round of pit stops here in the stage. And that'll be starting to spread up the field a bit. This is what it did in our first run. And I would imagine that the strategy would be to pit later, just so that you can have fresher tires, go longer in a fuel run. Man, this is some aggressive racing up towards the front, or up at the front. Try and look elsewhere to see what I'm missing. And that's Kenny getting put up into the wall by One Bad. He'll drop further back, and it's been a very slow decline. speaking of decline, Depor Eddie's all the way back here, fighting for 9th with Hunter and not the High Road. High Road's a few laps down, but still, this was a fairly major pack. You can see actually a pack back here pitting. A little off strategy. Load Broke, Red Hawk, Hack, and Mr. J all coming down pit road, and Storm also joins them. Actually, I don't think that was, and I think Storm might have just been there. He was there, but I think one of the people that I did say was still on track. I don't know. A little confusing. So, into one there. Mole was way too heavy on the gas. Slid up, hit the wall. He has help from Tomato. And looks like Irate Pluto is going to drop back. He will relinquish second. And looks like everyone's going to be coming into pit road right now. If that being the case, no Mole... No, actually, no, he does come down. This is fairly rare to see everyone coming down pit road at the same time. We do have one straggler staying out. I'll try and find who that might be. No, it's not him. It is... I'm assuming Brad Ranger? It is Brad Ranger. Oh my goodness! Well, that was unexpected. Storm spun on his way out of pit road, and that collects Brad Ranger, and that should mean the caution will come out. So that's 2 cars in that incident, and that's either really lucky and really unlucky of Brad Ranger, because now he gets the free pit stop, but now his car's absolutely junked. And it means racing to the line, that Brad Ranger should start to slow down. Yeah, so caution is going to come out now. And this is going to really jumble up the field. Races? I don't know. Well, it's so weird about Kansas because you do need that tire advantage. And Brad Ranger just lucked himself into a massive amounts of positions. That also just helped Red Hawk out. And everyone that pitted on that first stint, they're all going to gain massive amounts of positions, or they're all going to take the wave around. Looks like everyone's going to be taking the wave around that, well, didn't elect to, or that all came into pit road. So, Brad Ranger coming in, and looks like Storm has to come in as well. But that 3 car should be your race leader, if I'm not mistaken. Very weird. I think there was another car that came down. I think that's Black Hammer that came down pit road again. And I don't know, man. This is just a really weird... That's a weird situation. I think they're all these drivers are getting their free pass. No, now it looks like they're slowing down. Black Hammer did elect to pit again, just to kind of get on the same equal playing field as Brad Ranger on that fuel and tires. And this is where I was talking about, was that you can go longer on a pit strategy call, and that'll help you in the long run, because now you can have fresher tires for your second stint. And this is going to help Brad Ranger heftily. Man. I feel like the later it gets into the night, my brain's starting to, like, shut off, because, like, I'm getting tired. It's time to go to sleep. My brain just kind of, like, it's shutting off certain portions, and it's kind of affecting my speech a little bit. Like, I don't know if that's, like, relatable. Like, you know, usually later at night you can just get tired. It looks like a lot of other people are actually going to come down to pit road again to kind of top off. That just goes to show fuel and tire wear and the importance of that. Choosing at the line right now, though. And the people that did elect to stay out, going to be on some, well, they're saving right now, but going to be on some worn tires. We had a little bit of a disadvantage. So now these guys can go a few extra laps more on their fuel and tires. Okay, so Storm is, wow, Storm is 3 laps down. My goodness. Okay, so I need to subtract 3 from the amount of I need to subtract 3 from the amount of laps that there are to go on his screen. And then that's how many laps we're there at. So we are going to go green this time. Looks like the rest of the field is just catching up, unless yeah, looks like the rest of the field will catch up, as they did elect to make that extra stop. So now this is reshuffled the field again, at least towards the mid to back pack of the field. Some towards the front. They all should be good nonetheless to go green again. That was our 7th caution, just by the way. As now entering into the restart zone, it'll be Mole in control. As the green flags drop, we're back underway here from the Hollywood Casino 200. I actually didn't really think about this. Kenny is now back up in a second. It's a good break for him. So, okay, well, I'll just look at the line next time. Down the back straightaway into 3. You see Hunter up in the front for the first time tonight. It's right there. Oh, now Kenny's looking to the lead. And into 1, that 8 car goes, sending it onto the bottom. We do have 25 laps to go, so this is still going to be a one-stop race. Or now we are going to just need to make one more pit stop. Should come at around like 7 laps to go, or should come close to the end, barring any more cautions. All right, Pluto did try to make send on that 8 car. That did not work. 24 laps to go. Oh, looks like the 24 got in the wall again. That really stuffed the run from the outside lane. See the 4 of Morton or Hunter. Oh, all right, Pluto just put the 4 up in the wall. That was a little weird. 3 wide for 3rd. That's the 3rd time that 9 cars put someone in the wall. At least tonight. So everyone get a little squirrely in the back, getting a little loose. 8 of Kenny, who has a big run. The 27 car there, Black Hammer. He did pit, so he's on fresher tires than the cars up ahead right now. Just can't quite find a run down through the backstretch. Through the corners, though, he does have that speed, but just can't find the top of the track. There was a car on the wall that was Red Hawk. He drops to the back. Big run coming from the field. Hunter was able to peek to the outside of Kenny. This is for 2nd. Oh, and a big run for that 4, but he just gets slammed up into the outside wall. Now he's going to try a crossover move on that 8. That 8 goes to block. Now the 9 of Irate Pluto is going to move up in the 3rd. This is kind of allowing for Mole to kind of pull away. And this is a real log jam here for 4th. All these guys just congested into one area. Something's got to give here. You see Hack and Load broke up at the top of the track, getting very dicey. Oh, and there you go. You see Hack up in the outside wall. Almost comes down into D-port. They still remain green. I mean, they don't spin, so they're going to remain green. Kenny still remains in 2nd somehow through all of this. Oh, and you see another car up into the wall. That's 1 bad. And you see another kind of person peeking their nose into the frame. Brad Ranger is now entered into the lead. Entered into this main pack up with the leaders. He is on one of, if not the freshest tires in the field. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. You see Tomato get slammed up into the wall. I think Drake was also one of those people that pitted for fresher tires. Hunter's up in the wall just a little bit. Should be fine, though. And as they come across the line here now, we're entering, I believe, 20 laps to go. So we are now good to the end on 1 lap. Or 1 pit stop. No fuel or tire concerns. Oh, and Kenny slid up the track. What a run from the 4 and the 9. But the 4 gets up into the wall. And now that's going to take evasive action through the whole field. Or at least the whole main pack. Brad and Drake had to duck. I mean, Black Hammer was really lucky to avoid that. Some contact in the back. There, oh my goodness, they're 4 wide. Flash Jam's got ping-ponged through that. He still remains fine. Okay, so now it's we're back to our traditional top 4. Although, again, with a twist, there's that second pack now that's starting to close back in, and then there's a third. So then, yeah, now they're just 1 pack. 1 pack, 2 pack, led by 1 bad. A lot of numbers, from like 3-4 letter words. Drake's up in the wall in the front stretch. That was weird. And Mole up in the wall again here, going into 1. Pit stop should be coming in less than 10 laps. And this is where that strategy just kind of comes into frame. Like, excluding the 27, the back half of this main pack has fresher tires, like 2 to 3 lap fresher tires and fuel, so they can go a longer distance, which means they'll have a better advantage. In the strategy game, the 3 completely murks the 4 of Hunter off of turn number 2. He was up in the wall. That just kills the 4's hopes tonight. Good result. And I think that was Kenny that almost got up in the wall, yeah. Drake's now falling back to that second pack, who I'm assuming they're going to be trying to reel in this main leading pack. I still can't get over the fact how Mole keeps like hitting the wall going into 1. Might just help, like, because if you think about it, it slows him down a little bit entering into the corner, and also gives him that little pop. So maybe a little intention behind the wall pop before the corner. I'm not certain on what that is. We'll see again here if he does that. And you see, he does clip the wall there a little bit. I'm sure there's no intent behind it, but like, it is just a little weird that he's been like hitting the wall almost every lap, like in that specific area. Oh, you can see there was a massive. I completely wasn't able to catch this, but the likes of Kenny, Brad, and Drake all falling back into this second pack and merge in 1 super group. We do see Flash Shimps making the first pit stop. He is the first person to make his stop. See 27 Black Hammers up in the wall again. Depor has actually managed to close back up into this top 5. So we should be coming close to pit stops here now. The question will be who comes in. Looks like Tomato might be coming in. Yeah, here we go. The 17, the 27, and the 24 all coming in the pit. 9 and the 7 staying out extra laps. This is, I mean, they are good to the end for certain on fuel and tires, so it's not like a terrible concern of like, will their tires be good to the end, but like, oh, it looks like the 8 of Kenny. I thought okay. Looks like 1 bad and Brad Ranger potentially are all coming in. No, that's actually probably the high road, but I was gonna say a few of those are a little surprising just to see that they were staying out. There goes Deport around. He will now take the lead. Irate Pluto comes into pit. Anyone else come join? Drake and it looks like Kenny? Kenny, I believe, also came into pits. Interesting. See off pit road. Looks like Tomato is going to take the lead of that group over Mole. Yeah, and that is Kenny down the pit road. So the leader is now the 7 of Deport. And wow, that was Hack running through pit crew. Yeah, here we go down the pit road. There comes Deport into the pits. And there goes, that will allow Loadbroke to go ahead and, Brad Ranger to go ahead and take the lead of this race. Loadbroke is second now. And yeah, this is where the strategies get a little split. Brad Ranger and Loadbroke can go a little longer on these tires. That'll help them set up for the end of this race because they'll have better tires than the leaders when they go into fighting, but it does mean that they're going to lose a lot more time because they're staying out of little extra laps. And yeah, here comes the 20 and the 3 onto pit road. So with that, let's now turn our attention here to the 17 and 24 and the 27 and what that group is looking like now. As you can see, there is a car up ahead. Looks like Deport's just now come out of pit road. Who that car is ahead, I'm not certain. I think that might be Hunter. Yeah, it is. He'll be getting lapped, presumably. Irate Pluto, who pitted about a lap later, he is back there a fair bit, and the 17 Tomatoes up in the wall. Some aggressive racing here from this top three bunch. Coming off pit road there, you see Brad Ranger now exiting pit road. He's definitely really far back. He's going to have a long ways to go if he really wants a chance of catching up, but could possibly settle for a top 5, maybe, if he's lucky enough. So we have 9 laps to go now in this race. Down within the final 10. And like I've said, 17 is up on the wall a little bit. But like I said, it's been this top 4 all night. I mean, Irate Pluto's been up here as well. He's been nice. Oh, and the 17 is starting to lag a fair bit. Wow, that is not good. Well, that's not what you want to see. We haven't had lag issues in a little bit. Or in a few weeks, so it's definitely a little bit of a pain. Okay, wait, no, so they're actually on 8 laps to go. Shoot, so this is now, actually, so now they're on 7 laps to go. Man, I hate my stream. I hate when the streamer gets lapped, man. It's not his fault, it's just, man, it's a bummer. Especially with what has happened to him tonight. It's been an unfortunate circumstance. Hunter is up ahead, so able to get drafted. I don't know what I'm watching from the 17. He's lagging all over the place. I think he hit the wall. I don't assume he would have lost this much speed. Or he's just saving an insane amount. I actually don't know what to think. 6 laps to go. Or, yeah, no, so there's 6 laps to go. So they're coming to 5. And Tomato threw, I don't know what happened to the 17. He might be trying to save, or he just hit the wall a bunch, but he's just completely fallen off. So now we enter 5 laps to go remaining in this race. I believe cautions are now off. Let's enter into turn number 3 again. Where have we seen the 24 and the 27 dueling it out for the victory? Well, we've actually seen it quite a few times this season. To my knowledge, about 4 times this season have we seen these two dueling in for the win. The Project 27 team is looking for their 4th win with their 4th different driver. He would join Sean. Suspect Camo, who was last week's winner. And he would join our Homestead Road Course winner that I am so sorry that I can't remember at the top of my memory right now, but unless it would be crazy. And you know what's even crazier is in all of those wins from the Project 27 team, Mole has finished 2nd in all 3 of those times. His 4th time's the charm for this 24 team. We'll find out. So now we are entering into 3 laps to go. Or we are at 3 laps to go. We're coming to 2 to go. Again, this is really confusing. But Irate Pluto is up in a position he hasn't been in all season. Very aggressive driver, lays in a huge side draft going into 1. He might have almost put the 27 in the wall. He might have put him in the wall because of that. The 24 is going to get a huge run off of turn number 2. And he'll get a push from his Hendrick teammate down into turn number 3. And folks, it's going to be a crazy Kansas finish. So it was just a few weeks ago we had a photo finish coming to the line. What will it be like here now? Coming across to see the white flag. 1 lap to go here at Kansas. What can Black Hammer do? Irate Pluto's up into the wall. A bumper to the back of the 24. Now Black Hammer looks down to the inside. Huge run coming from the 9 car. What can he do? Mole doesn't know where to block. Puts the 9 into the wall. Here comes the 27 into turn 3. A lunge to the inside. Can't get there. Off of turn number 4. It'll be the 24 of Mole finally winning here at Kansas. It was a great drive from Mole. He finally gets it done. Irate Pluto came just short of getting his first win on the season. And he just didn't really have anywhere to go there at the end to try and gain position. Just kind of ran out of space. Black Hammer, he's third on debut. A great showing there from the 27 team. As we'll see our results, Mole first, Irate Pluto second, Black Hammer third, Tomato fourth, Deport fifth, Brad Ranger sixth. Please scroll down, Storm. I want to see the results, bro. Please. I'll tell you 11th through 20th. 11th was Hack, 12th was Jay, 13th was Red Hawk, and now the lobby's closed. Darn it. Fastest lap credits do go to the 20 of Lodebrook for 30.4. And you will be hearing from our top 3 tonight of Black Hammer, Mole, and Irate Pluto. It's good to see Deepport get third for points scored tonight. Hello, Mole. It's going good. Hello, Black Hammer.
Hey, what's up?
I made note of that.
That was a good battle. Great battle.
Just waiting on our second place finisher, and there he is. It does give you the option to include your audio, does it?
Yes, sir.
All right, just wanted to make sure. So, hello everyone. If you would include your audio, then that would be much preferred. We will go ahead and get these interviews started. We'll start here with our third place finisher, Black Hammer. That is your name. I just want to make sure that's clear. Your name's Black Hammer, right? That's how you pronounce it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just because it was with 2 A's, and I was like, oh, okay. I was just wanting to make sure that's how it was. Well, on debut, you got a fantastic race, running top 5 all night. You even got a stage win, and in the closing stages, looked like you could have gotten the win there. Ultimately, just came a little bit short of that. Talk me through an incredible race for you.
Oh, well, first of all, I just want to thank y'all guys for letting me race with y'all tonight. It was a blast. This is a great group of guys in this league, and tonight's race, man, it was just awesome. The car was it started out tight, and then about the second stage, I kind of loosened it up just right, and it was fast. Tomato, man, I tell you, that's a real good competitor right there. He raced me real clean, and we battled it out. So did Mole. There was a couple times I kind of lost sight of Mole. He went back in the pack, but he managed to make his way back up front. But overall, the 27 car was just real good, and man, I'm excited to be here tonight. Ready for my next one.
Absolutely. And, in those closing stages there, trying to work the bottom lane and ultimately just couldn't quite get the move done there. Do you think you could have done maybe anything differently, maybe to try and change your finishing result?
Well, whenever Pluto tried to pass me, we touched and put me in the wall, and I was trying to save the car, so I was pretty much stuck down at the bottom. I was just like, what the heck with it? I'm gonna see what I can do down here, but I wish I could just take that lap back and ride out, get back up to the top line and just ride it out.
Absolutely, man. Well, Well, thank you for showing up today in your Project 27 car. You did mention come back again. Do you have any plans to ride in the 27 again, or show up in anywhere else?
Yeah, I have one more race lined up for this season. It'll be later on in 2024. Um, so I'll be looking forward to that track. Um, y'all will see what track that is a little bit later. But I do have one more race lined up.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're hoping to see you very soon in that 27 again. You put on a great performance, and we're all happy to have you here, man. So, congratulations to you on a spectacular third place finish here tonight.
Thank y'all, guys.
Absolutely. Now we'll move on here to our second place driver here of Irate Pluto. Pluto, you got a copy? Well, Pluto, it was a great run for you tonight. You're fighting up within the top four at points, and you showed your speed. Coming up to the end of the race, you were able to just get in the right place at the right time, and fortunately, you came just about a car length short of nabbing your first win on the season. Talk me through your race. Yeah, and there are some points in this race where fuel strategy and like tire wear came into major impact, and maybe a little bit of that was attributed to the three times wear. But how did you feel about like fuel and tire strategy for this race, for yourself and maybe for the field? Oh, we lost Ira Pluto. Let me try and get him back in here.
Technical difficulties to the teammate there.
Do 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 invited him back. Let's see if he joins. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know. He's on his phone. Maybe he just hit. Maybe he just left by accident. Yeah, there we go. So, as you were saying,
Is he here?
absolutely. And then just coming to the end of the race there, you were kind of trapped there up on the outside lane, couldn't really move anywhere out to make a move. Do you think you could have really done anything to maybe change your scenario there, maybe get you into victory lane? Yeah, well, it was a great race for you, man. So nothing to be ashamed of, and congratulations to you on a second place finish here tonight here at Kansas. Yeah, you too, man. Well, it will now lead us here to our race winner here of Mole. Mole, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mole, it was a pretty dominant race from you. I guess all things considered, you ran up top three basically all night, and yeah, you were just there when it mattered most. You had probably the most speed of any car there on track, and ultimately you come out with your third win on the season. How does this feel?
It feels pretty good because I finished second to that Project 27 car a million times, and I was like, dude, not again. I thought that's what was going to happen. I was going to try my hardest so it wouldn't happen, but it was going to happen. But a lucky break, Pluto and him got together, and I just chilled on the high side, stayed in my line, and was able to get around him. So it was a good race overall, and I had to shout out Black Hammer there. He raced a good race, and Pluto raced a great race as well. And Tomato, I think he would have been up there too, but he was having some lag issues. So I feel bad for Tomato. He's had some bad luck lately, but I know the battles between me and him are coming. And it was a good race. We had some issues with Alex running out of gas a few times, not pitting, but we figured it out. Was able to end on a green flag run. So I think good race overall, and got the third win on the season. And now we go to my track in 2 weeks, and I'm excited. Haven't lost there except I think maybe once I got second at Martinsville. But yeah, I'm excited to get back there and maybe get another one.
I was just about to bring that up, as we do have an off week, one of our 3 off weeks coming up next week, and well, yeah, as you mentioned, going into the track that you made, Martinsville. In these next gen cars, though, it is going to be maybe a little bit different. What do you think we can expect to see come 2 weeks' time at Martinsville?
Yeah, I think you might see a little bit of shifting, more than we see at some other tracks, just because of these tight hairpin turns, and hopefully people are practicing it a lot more. You got 2 weeks. I think there's a reason why there's 2 weeks, so people can practice a lot more, and hopefully get it down just as much as I do. And I expect some better competition there. I mean, Tomatoes, he's great. Me and him always fight, and maybe there's a Project 27 guy that I have no idea about that's also going to be good there. So not going to count the win until it comes. So I got faith in a lot of guys in this league, and this is probably the most competition I've had in a while. So I think you're going to see more parity this year, maybe. I'll try to still dominate, but we'll see.
We'll see. And then a little bit of a stray from the shoutouts there. I do know next week is Christmas. Do you have anything on your Christmas list that you're hoping to get under the tree from Santa?
Oh, man. I don't even know, to be honest. I'm to the point now I'm old, and actually I'm 27, so not too old. But I just get whatever if I want to get something, I get something. So it's more about everybody else. As long as everybody else is happy with their gifts, that's all I wish for Christmas. Nothing about me. Just wish the best for everybody. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, and everybody else gets what they want to get. So yeah, that's it.
Well put. And now, if you do wish to shout out anyone, you can do so.
Yep. Just want to, again, shout out my boy Tomato. Me and him always are battling. Shout out to Black Hammer again, and shout out to Pluto, top 3 guys. And I also feel bad for my boy LRS and my boy Crimson, 2 guys that they had decent cars and stuff, and stinks that they got kicked out too early. So, but hey, we move on. So I appreciate INF.
Absolutely, and congratulations to you on your 3rd win on the season. Nonetheless, it's a fantastic run for you.
Thanks, brother.
Well, that'll about do it from us here from Kansas. We are off next week. Aforementioned, it is our Christmas break. So, from our booth to your home, wherever you may be watching this, we wish you a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, whatever you may celebrate wherever you are in the world. But nonetheless, I hope you spend it with the loved ones you have around you and friends anywhere you can find them. But for now, this has been INF signing off. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live broadcast of the UTLR Cup Series. See you in 2 weeks for Martinsville. And as always, my friends, take it easy. Good night.